This AI tool helps you create a personal AI brain that makes you smarter than 99% of people. This AI tool is called NotebookLM. And before you bail out on me, NotebookLM is totally free. From having the ability to bring in several sources, books, PDFs, YouTube videos, bringing your own sources, querying your sources, making podcasts out of those sources, and being able to input and talk to the AI. This AI can do it all. So go ahead onto your favorite browser and let me show you how to do it. So come to your favorite browser and just type NotebookLM, and it's going to log you into a page like this. The first thing that greets you when you come into this interface is this particular dialog box. This interactive box over here. And what it's saying is that create audio and video overview from your uploaded files. You could drop in PDFs. You can also drop in URL. You could drop in videos and pictures from a drive or a text that you get from your notepad. Basically just drop it in and you can create an audio overview or a video overview with NotebookLM. So before we go ahead and begin to experiment with bringing in sources and all of that, let me just show you the overall interface and how it works. So we'll go ahead and cancel this for the meantime. We'll come back to it. And this is what the interface looks like if you have not imported anything into it. And because we've not imported any source, it's asking us to add a source to get started. So you can add a PDF, you can add anything like that, and this is practically where your chat is going to be happening. At the left hand corner you could see add sources, and when you click on add sources you could see that box, the dialog box, has opened up again, and you can just add in your own sources. So we'll cancel it and we'll come back here. You could see search. You could search for your sources. You could see web and then fast research. It's either you choose fast research or deep research, and obviously, as their names imply, if you choose deep research, it goes deeper into the research. So that is what you're going to be seeing here, and beneath in this particular section at your left, you're going to see your sources highlighted over there. Now when we import sources, you're going to see it. All right, so what I want you to also do is to go ahead and rename your notebook. If you come up here, you can rename your notebook by just double clicking or highlighting this portion where it says untitled notebook and delete it, and then you can write your name. And so we're just going to choose, let's say, mega test. So we'll do that. So mega test is our notebook name. Now it's essential we do this because in the future you're going to be creating a bunch of notebooks and you don't want it littered all the place with the same name, untitled. So when you do that, you have your notebook saved. Now when you hit on this notebook icon over here, the logo, it takes you back, and now you can see that your notebook name or the notebook you just saved is here, mega test. And these are the previous notebooks that I already created. And remember, the only way to access this particular interface is by clicking on the logo, the notebook logo, and to bring you to this particular interface. On this interface, you can see all your previous notebooks that you've created. But let's go back into our mega test notebook by double clicking on the mega text notebook, and we are back into this particular notebook. So if you come to the right hand corner, you could see that there are a bunch of things here. You could see audio overview, you could see slide decks, you could see mind mapping, you could see video overview, just a bunch of things you can create out of your sources. This is the overall interface, and for here you could click on create new notebook, and it's going to create a fresh notebook for you. And you could come here to the settings. When you click on settings, what I like to do is to change my notebook from dark mode to light mode. So when you come into notebook at the inception, it's going to be on dark mode, but if you're like me and you like light mode, you could actually choose light mode. Let me switch it to dark mode so you see. So this is it, the interface switches to dark mode, but I'm going to switch it back to light mode. And there are a bunch of options here under settings, and you can play around with them, look around. You could also see that you can upgrade your NotebookLM. Now, why would you even want to upgrade in the first place? You would want to upgrade because for NotebookLM, the free version, you can only upload up to 50 sources, and I think for me that's actually a fair number of sources, and you can keep using this tool without even paying for it. So it's basically free. So now that we understand that, let's go ahead and begin to properly experiment with it. Remember, I told you that this thing can make you very, very smart. So let me show you what I have done with it in the past. We're going to go back and I'm going to choose a formal notebook that I created. Now, I created this notebook because I really wanted to learn about 11 Labs. Now, if you don't know what 11 Labs is, it's basically an audio generation AI tool that helps you generate realistic audio, realistic dialogue, realistic voices. And I really wanted to understand how it works. And what I essentially did is, like every other tool out there or product or anything, they come with manuals or documentation. So 11 Labs actually came with a documentation that you can read up on, and it explains how 11 Labs works. So I took that documentation, and this is in 11 Labs documentation, and you could see that when I queried it, I could just receive a bunch. You could see model flexibility, vocal identity. It was just telling me about 11 Labs. If I even went ahead to create an audio overview, let me play the audio overview, and that was what you heard in the beginning of this video. But let me play the audio overview for you to listen.
But today we are doing a deep dive into a stack of documentation that claims we might finally be past that.
We're looking at 11 agents today, right?
Exactly. 11 agents by 11 labs. And to be clear for everyone listening, we aren't just talking about basic text-to-speech or voice cloning here.
No, this is a pretty significant pivot from what they're usually known for. Everyone knows 11 labs for the voice-making text sound exactly like a human, but 11 agents is...
So I'm going to be joining in on their conversation now. So just watch how I join in the conversation.
It's about the entire conversation loop.
Right? Oh, hey there, how can we help?
I want you to tell me more about the 11 Labs agents and how I can create my own personal sales agent in 11 Labs.
That is a fantastic question, and it gets right to the heart of why this platform is so compelling.
Because it's not just about listening, it's about doing things for you and sounding like you while doing it.
Exactly.
All right, AI, thank you so much. Thank you for the overview. So you could see how amazing that was. And they basically were talking about the documentation that I actually imputed, the source that I brought into NotebookLM. I know I didn't show you how to import the source, and we're going to be doing one now so that you see how that works. But before we import the sources, let me show you other things that I created to help me really understand the documentation of 11 Labs. I also created a mind map. So let's look at the mind map. So look at the mind map in here. You could see 11 agents. You could see the next thing here is platform capabilities, core architecture. If you click on the arrow, it opens up, other options for you to read. Now, this is basic mind mapping, and you could see how it makes you understand the topics, the subtopics, and just all the nitty-gritties of that particular topic. So under design and configuration, we have the workflow, system prompts, LLM sections, conversational flow. It's amazing. If you click on this other arrow, it has another drop-down menu. So you could imagine how amazing this can be if you are preparing for an exams, a professional exams, or maybe school exams. You could use this to do a proper mind mapping a night before your exams and just basically look at how visually appealing it is, and you could see how the whole course that you are studying can come to life just using mind mapping. Now we could close this because of time. Go ahead and experiment with all these options. There are a bunch of options here. You could also quiz ourselves. If you have an exams tomorrow, or if you have a presentation, if you have an interview, whatever, just bring in a particular document or a likely source of questions that they might be asking you, feed it to NotebookLM, and let's go ahead and look at the quiz section of NotebookLM. Now, when we open the quiz section, you could see that it quizzes us on the questions. Now it starts from question 1 to 10. So based on the documents and based on our understanding of the documents, we can take a quiz. And I tell you, once you take this quiz, you will never forget. If you're about to write JAM, this is the best thing to do. Just take all those JAM pass questions, feed it into NotebookLM, and begin to quiz yourself. Now you can come here and see in the context of agentic workflow, what is the primary characteristics of the reflection design patterns, right? You can go ahead and let me just go ahead and choose anyone. I might be wrong and I might be right. I just wanted to see how it works. And when I chose this, number A was wrong and C was the right answer, and it gives you the right answer. And you can come down here and see it says explain. So you don't just allow it to give you an answer. You can ask it, what's the reason why C is the right answer? And when you click explain, it will take you to the particular part of documentation. You see, it begins to create an explanation for you. Right over here, you can see your answer was wrong because it described tool integration. Now it begins to tell you why your answer was wrong and why AI is actually right. Let's close this. You can also see that we can create things like explainer videos. Now, when I click on my explainer video, you can see we have an amazing explainer video. Let me go ahead and play the explainer video for you to see.
Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving into a platform called 11 Agents. It's all about changing how we build AI that can, actually talk back to us. So let's get right into it. And I mean really talk back. We're not talking about just getting some text on a screen. We're talking about a real, natural, back and forth conversation.
So, well, you can see how amazing this is. Now, it comes with visuals, it comes with explanations, and how wouldn't you become smart watching something like this? Guys, how wouldn't you understand any topic in the world? Any topic in the world you want to understand today, I don't know, quantum computing or whatever you want to, just go and get documentations. Feed it to, NotebookLM, begin to query it, let it create amazing videos, explainer videos for you that you can use to learn these things. So if you come back here, let's go ahead and close this. You could create explainer videos. You could also create flashcards, just a bunch of things. Now you could see the infographics section is now possible. We can now create infographics with NotebookLM. So you can create a bunch of this. I also realized that people are making money using the text to audio version on 11 Labs. And when I talk about that, I'm talking about the conversation you just heard of AI. That's because when we come into the conversation here, you can actually download it. You can click and download this particular conversation, and you have it on your laptop. And so I saw someone basically take these conversations and packaged it and posted it on Spotify as a podcast, and people they have daily listeners actually listening to AI talk about an interesting topic. So this is actually an idea for you, and you can actually use it for your own YouTube channel or podcast or anything. So this is how to use NotebookLM. There are a lot of examples. Let's jump into the examples that we queried videos. That is, we brought in a bunch of videos. I said I was going to show you how to do the video type. So let's add another source. Let's create a new notebook and add video sources to the notebook. So we'll come here and click on create a new notebook. Now we could see this here. We'll go ahead, go to YouTube. Let's copy this URL and we'll bring it back here and paste it. Now this is an AI video. We can go down and copy another URL. And you can copy URLs of videos that are doing well, maybe top 5 videos in your field, and paste them, or top 50 videos in your field, and come and paste them over here. So that's what I just want to do. Let's just quickly get an example. I don't have the time to paste in a lot of videos, but let's just quickly get an example. All right, let's just make do with 3 examples for today. We will add them to our notes. Now we have a new note. Go ahead and rename your notes. We're going to name it YouTube. And now we have this. You can see these sources explore the rapid evolution of artificial intelligence and its transformative impact on both business strategies and personal productivity. Now it just summarized what the videos are about. 3 videos, but it has done a proper summary of the videos. Now it has given us some questions we could ask. He said, how can I set up ChatGPT's Genius mode? Why he's asking you this question is because Alicia creator, in the video, she's an AI expert. She actually talked about setting up ChatGPT Genius mode, and you could see that it's actually even giving you a recommendation of a question to ask. And once you click on that question, it's going to pop up an answer for you, deducting the answer from the video and giving you clear code answers. This is amazing. Look at it. Identify the role, set behavioral requirements. You can bring in PDFs, you can bring in just any source whatsoever. And so for this video not to be an hour long, we're going to be ending the video right here, but you can see how this can make you smarter than 99% of the people. And if you go ahead and use this tool, or if you are going to try it out, please comment below. I'm also going to be dropping a link to NotebookLM, so just simply click on the link and it's going to direct you to NotebookLM, and you can begin to try it for yourself. If you're a business owner, if you are a student doing your masters or your thesis, anything, this is amazing, and you can use it to become one of the best in your field. And so this is going to cap it up. On the next video, I'm going to show you how to properly generate these videos and audios. Create a good notebook that you can import into Gemini, because the Google interface and their tools can actually integrate together. I'm going to show you how to export your notebooks into Gemini and query it on Gemini, so that Gemini can use both your notebook and the web search to actually give you more informed feedbacks. If you like content like this, I'm going to be bringing your way amazing AI content and tools like this that can make your life 10 times more productive and make you money in 2026. So if you like things like this, please go ahead and follow me so that you don't miss out on any of the amazing videos that's going to be rolling out after now. Until next time, I remain Elijah Kweku Edumazie. Bye bye.